Okay, that took a long time. Okay, just playing a 30-20. And let's just hit the pawn in the center. We don't need to move so fast, so let's just hang back and just focus. Let's hit the pawn. Take with the knight. We've had some warm-up matches, but you know, doesn't mean we're winning anything. Just means we're ready to take a mashing, or maybe a little bit happier if we take a mashing rather than taking the shock. Let's just get this knight here and support the pawn, because you can be as ready as you think you can be and still get shocked with the quick and dirty tactic type stuff. That's the funny thing with chess. I think we've got time to bring the bishop out and get castled. Got protection here. Not sure what this bishop move was, but you know, it's maybe just a sitting waiting move. Right, so they're just gonna castle. Let's castle. Don't need to move fast. Whoa, getting caught in narration mode. So we've castled. Alright, so we can take the knight. It does develop their bishop. Bishop would be on the pawn. Rook can come and defend with a 2-2 protection. We don't have to do any of that. We could attack their bishop, but it does unsettle our pawn structure here. Could even move the knight here. We can move the knight back again as well. There's options. Which is the better option? Knight attacking the bishop always looks nice, but you know, if they do take, pawn takes here, and then they go and castle anyway. Rook comes and leans on the bishop a little bit. Their rook comes to support, so it doesn't work too well. Don't really want to give their piece, you know, advance their piece for them, so I don't think we're taking. We don't need to take anything because the queen is defending. I think what we'll do is just simply bring the bishop out and just x-ray through and through. So like them, we've got our pieces developed, and then they're probably just going castling, maybe looking for a discovered check on the something. So we take. Nope, they've gone and castled. So let's not rush this. Do we just bring the rook here, nice and simple, steady Eddie? I do like this, but you know, pawn's just going to hit. Does the picture change at all? Bishop's got no protection on at the minute. Do we just bring it back? Should we elevate the queen? Get that a bit more developed up? Or are we going to lose in some movement order? Bishop, knight takes, check on the queen. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, so there, it's our queen. We take the bishop. He takes our queen. It's on the rook. We take his queen. Yeah, something weird looking like that's going to take place. I think we'll just bring the rook here. They look like simple fella, so they're just probably going to steady Eddie with the pawn. This looks like a sitting waiting stance, doesn't it? I know if I put myself in a position like that, it's like, just let's sit and wait and see what they do, see if they overextend. but you're not really happy with your bishops being in the center like that. You want them sort of either here, just guarding a file, or you want them out on the edges type thing. And I did picture them doing that bishop move. So simple pawn push here. I didn't move quickly because I don't want to move quickly, just want to nice and steady away. It's gone back to the position again where we talked about, where they're not really happy and comfortable with the bishops being here. You know, he's wanting to open this up to get this out, but at the same time he's going to want to sort something out. So I think he's going to be challenging here. He's waiting for us to explode. We could hit this, but I just remember a game over the board where I'd done this particular type of maneuver and my rook was up there, and that's where I put in my mantra: rooks don't have any place in the center of the board unless it's to your benefit. It was very similar to this, because it was nice, oh yeah, the pawn takes and then the rook takes, but we can't do that in this case because the knight is here protecting, but the knight wasn't there and our rook was stuck in the middle. It looked good at first, but then I didn't have tempo to support it, so it ended up being kind of trapped in the middle. So yes, just be mindful of that type of thing, but it was good to talk that one through. Pushing here takes, but the rook can't take because the knight is there. So now this pawn is protecting this pawn. We could actually take, if the bishop then does take, then we could push the pawn onto the knight. The pawn potentially could take, the rook could potentially take. It's going to be on the rook bishop, but the bishop can do this, which would then be hitting the rook. So the rook would then have to come back. So it's not going to come here because the knight is still there, I believe. Yeah, the knight is still there. So it'd have to come here, but it's blocking the queen. So coming all the way back makes sense. So it's not even going to have doubling rights with the rook. But it's a nice touch. I think it's a nice touch, but I don't think I'm going to do it. I think what we'll do is, we said don't develop their pieces for them. Yeah, if we do take it, is developing their piece for them. We have this plan of, oh yeah, let's push this, but it still has developed their piece for them. Let's keep them jammed in and make them work to try and find space. So we could jump this knight in here, because then if his knight does take, although when we take the bishop, his knight just takes the, yeah, so he wins two pieces, doesn't he? I've fallen for that before, haven't I? Yeah, putting the knight here, knight takes, bishop takes, so the knight's taken a knight, we take the bishop, but that knight then goes and takes the bishop, so we will be down a minor piece because of that. So we have to be very mindful of that. We could take, but we don't want to develop a piece for them. So we need to chill now on the potential takes and captures and just find maybe a better position. Maybe moving the queen here, but I don't want their knight putting a check on us. Maybe moving it here, but their knight can put a check on us here. Is it simply just moving the knight back? Is it this, but then it doubles our pawns, long range doubling? Don't take, dude. Don't take. Don't take. Don't take. Don't attack. Don't attack. It's not right for us yet. Let's bring it here. He's got options of attacking here to get the bishop, so we can come here. Obviously he can come this side as well, but you'd think he'd come this way to attack the bishop. Try and get them to extend. They're not extending at the minute, but just remember they've got that option. He wants us to take, wants us to develop his piece. I'm going to bring the bishop back. I'm trying not to develop their pieces, but he's chomping at the bit. He's wanting to get things opened up. So let's be ready. Don't forget he does have this, attacking this. So just bring the queen back. Right, just rest my brain now. Got plenty of time. So 26 minutes. We've got 20-second cushion. Well, for a brief moment, they look like they're playing like in an OTB tournament. It's nice and steady away. Position looks humanized as well. It looks it's all jammed in and waiting for somewhere to go. For your own games, it's really about, especially for online games, it's oh, they've extended out. We did say, was that ever coming here or coming here, attacking the queen? But we thought it was going to choose this one because it's going to be attacking there. But he's actually hitting this pawn, but the knight is defending. So is he looking to get rid of this? Techniques. Is there anything else differently? Can drop back here. Staying on the dark. Still protecting the knight. What are we missing? Come back here. So he's not got a 2-on-1 there. He's probably just going to jump back again. Or is the bishop making space for the bishop to get in? But again, not too sure. Oh, do you know what? I think he's making space for the pawn to hit the knight. That's what I think he's doing. So if the pawn comes and hits the knight, we can jump. If it was a speedy game, we just jump. But it's not a major thing because he can just hit us again. And then we're on the edge, so it gets us away from the center. So if he does hit, probably safer going back. Would be nice if we could do that, but like we said, it doubles the pawns here. Just give the rook access to the bishop, but he does have the simple defense. So I think that's what they've done that move for, but we have to move our queen first, so we do lose that tempo in terms of being able to attack their knight first. So the pawn is probably going to get in there before we get in there. Okay, the bishop's got no protection either, so do we keep there or do we keep here? That's the question. I think the bishop can look after itself. Let's just bring the queen back. I think we've talked through as much as we can on that one. It's not doing that just yet, so we're just going to see off the knight. Obviously it's going back to where it came. So we can go back up again with the queen, but this time it's different. Picture is different because now there's a platform for them to attack our bishop. Bishop does have play, it can come here, can go there. So things are shuffling along a little bit at a time. Could always bring it here, but it feels more out of the game that way. We do have the X-ray through to the king at the moment. So preemptively, I think we could just move the bishop. Sitting it here in front of the pawn, or just hiding it all the way back here. So the only piece that's not got a defender now is the bishop and the knight. And as we said, they're probably looking to attack this bishop with their bishop. Some would class ours as a good bishop and theirs as the bad bishop. When I'm in that sort of position as black, it is the bad bishop. You're just hovering around. Maybe you try and get a fianchetto type position with it. So in essence, you'd think, well, let's get rid of our bad bishop for their good bishop. What's my little door? So it seems a bit dancey, this one. It's not our usual. Oh, and he's gone. They've gone, as we said. Yeah, don't want to just exchange our good bishop for their bad bishop. But I'm not precious unless there's something that I can see that is a bit different. Because their good bishop really, I think it's biting on granite, hitting these pawns. If we do take the knight, I might hang fire on that. I think simply taking, it does develop their queen, or it can block the queen in. Could we move our queen here? No, because the knight is undefended. So I think what we'll do is just take it off the board. It's what we would do. And it's tempting now to think, let's just take this off the board. It does develop their bishop, but it's not to a very strong position as far as I can see. Could start hitting the head of the snake, but the rook is facing the queen currently. Knight could attack their queen now, because if the bishop takes, the pawn takes, the rook is on the queen. Queen can obviously come here attacking the pawn. And the knight's got support from the bishop coming here attacking. So it feels okay. Could just throw the knight up there first, couldn't we? Attacking the queen here first. It's because it's attacking this pawn. The knight's defending there. I think that's probably better than doing that. Although maybe not. Do that. Maybe the bishop doesn't take and he just brings the queen off of the line. If he goes there, then the knight can still jump here attacking the queen. Or the queen's got a lot of play in front of our king area as well. So that's something to think about. So if we did hit the queen, we might be kind of pushing it to get into a position we don't want it to be in. Is it that dangerous though? It's got a white square bishop. I don't think it feels that bad. What should we do? Take the knight off the board, bishop takes, but then jump there? No, because the bishop's just going to take it off the board. But if the bishop takes it, we can take with the pawn, or we can take with the bishop. Might just take with the pawn even. Choices. Choices. Right, which is the better one? Which one feels better? I think this feels better. But it'd feel even better if that knight wasn't there. So is it one of those where we sit and wait because he's not going to want to keep his knight there? Although if he does come back, he's then stopping that. So that's another key thing to think about. I'm going to drop the knight in. That feels better-ish. On paper in my head it doesn't feel like it causes me too much damage, but you don't know what the opponent's going to do. We've identified potentially the queen probably sitting here, but I'm not seeing. So he's gone protecting the pawn because he's wanting to move his knight out of the way, basically. That's what we think. So we don't really want to develop their bishop. I think I'm trying to show some resolve. Knight coming here, attacking the pawn. Queen can squeeze here, but the knight is on the knight. It's not doing much there though, is it? Let's try and take advantage of this X-ray somehow. And the rooks. Might have to do slow potatoes now, but he's just going to get his knight out and just attack us. And we're thinking we're taking, then it brings his queen in. He attacks us. Don't want to do too much dancing, because you do too much dancing and I just mess it up. We've got an opportunity to take here. And I'm plumping for taking it just to get pieces off the board. I think we should do it. I think we should do it. Takes. Bring it back. It's blocking our queen though. Now queen doesn't have any defense, so his queen can then come shooting here, holding the knight to ransom. I think we should just keep the bishop jammed in. I think personally. So shall we just push this pawn? Just supporting the knight, because I think I'm going to just do this lame move here and just support the knight. Just support the knight. He's, like I said, he's going to get fed up. Going to need to get this knight out here. He's going to want to try and get his bishop out as well. So at some point he's going to be taking the knight, surely. Might even try and swizzle this knight around. But no, this one's congesting the party. Shouldn't be on the back, definitely. So it must be coming out to attack the knight. What do we do then? Yeah, exactly. But we don't want to do too much dancing. Yeah, the more I'm thinking, oh yeah, just dance, come back around here or come back around here. Because now the queen can't come and x-ray through. But is it just too much? If we go there, his pawn can hit us. So probably better just coming here. Might not even better doing any of that. Just take it off the board. The queen comes in. Take it. Queen comes in. Bishop's got the diagonal still through. Or just... mind you, this bishop is probably looking to put like... It's only got 2 on there. We've got a pawn protecting. Anything else? Doubling the rooks? Just double, simple, basic chess. He takes. Could take with the pawn because it's on the higher piece. I'm going to double the rooks. Trying to avoid giving them, developing their pieces for them. I don't want to fall into that trap of it being a mistake not to take. Ooh, we're going to open up now. The smaller piece is attacking the higher piece. Is it going to put too much pressure on the pawn though? The knight is going to instantly have a go back. So it will be hitting the pawn. I don't think he's taking the knight, but if he does, that'll be nice. So we'll take with the pawn, smaller piece attacking the higher piece, but we are thinking it's jumping straight back here. We are then looking to double the rooks on this area. It's taken. Didn't really reckon on them taking. I thought they'd jump back. Now that might be. Let's just take nice and steady away. Does block our bishop from having the superpower of the X-ray through now. So I don't know. My brain's just thinking, well, how do we get rid of that? Just push, push, push. But it can block. So he's going for, it looks like the exchanges, so we'll double like we said. Going for the captures, nice and steady. So we're in the end game. I know the queens are on the board, but realistically, end game mode now. How do we fashion the end game? So his queen's probably looking to fly around here somewhere, or because he wants to get his rook here instead of the queen. Oh, sorry, the queen goes this way, doesn't it? Duh. and then he gets the rook here. Whilst my bishop is stuck on the back, I might have to bring the bishop here. So I don't think this is going to be fast enough hitting this pawn, and whether it's any good anyway. Yeah, look, well, he's come there rather than going there, because the bishop is supporting. This queen is looking to come down here, putting a check on our king. So I'm going to move the king. So it kind of stops it. Well, it's not stopping our bishop from going on the back. What's his dark square bishop got some sort of funky angle. We come here with the king, bishop. Yeah, so he's looking for that. So if we move, then he's not doing that, because we can take it off the board. His bishop's more lively than ours. So he might beat us to the punch and get his queen here so that our bishop can't come on the back. That would be a bit nifty if they did that. Oh, he's got a little bit of movement here with the bishop as well, attacking the rook. Scary times. It's building up. I can feel it in my head. My head's getting hot. Mm-mm. 19 minutes. That's plenty of time, and it's a 20-second increment. Doesn't feel too bad, but if he's going for trade downs, is our position any good? Queen's in the middle of the board, which is maybe gives options of moving, but I'm not quite sure. This does feel like an over the board game type of position that we've got here, as we've shown in the recent open tournaments, and it does look very similar to those. So we could look to trade off the queen. Don't know what else crazy plan he's got. It's definitely not got a check on our king, has he? So it's probably looking for a trade. Does his bishop just come and attack? No, we'll get the queen for free. If the rook comes and attacks, we take the queen and yeah, okay. I don't think there'll be any of this business. It's either moving back here, moving up here, or moving across here. I don't think they'll do the rook stuff. Boom, boom, boom. So I'm hoping they go back into mid-game type thinking, and they're not looking to try and end the game, looking to try and dance around a bit in the middle game. Maybe we can make something of that. Need to get something to eat. They have gone for it as well. I did not think they were going for the rook move, did I? Had concerns initially. I says, oh, they might go with the rook thing, but our king is protecting. We take, his bishop takes, but then he would lose his rook. So he's got a check on our king, so that's why he's doing it that way. Yeah, so we take, then he takes the rook with a check on our king. I was just thinking, is there a way of... There isn't. And then we take, and then the bishop takes. We're on a white square. His bishop's a bit advanced and it's stopping our bishop from coming here, which was the key area we wanted to go to. That's the magic, isn't it? Hey. There's no fancy business either. Boom. Takes. Boom. Boom. And nothing supporting the bishop. So yeah, they put a lot of thought into that and they've stopped the bishop from getting in the game. Bishop's not in the game. Ay. Right. So the bishop's going to be there. Bishop's going to be there. We move the king. He goes, boom, stopping you from coming here. Damn, so we need to move there quick, sharp. Because I eyed up, well, bringing the bishop here. So their bishop lands there, taking the bishop queen. We move our bishop here. These are on dark squares. He then goes, right. And then we get the option of at least bringing the bishop here. And try and get the king up and ready to maybe try and go for an exchange potential. I think that's the idea. Yep. Okay. So take. Take. In fact, the king's there already, so just bring this here before he does that. Then we can attack the bishop. Not that he's going to exchange, but because he's worked it out. Took a long time over that one. Could see why. This feels like a proper over the board game. He's offered a draw. Fantastic. Absolutely, yes. Definitely will do. That was great. That was great. Yeah, let's just give it a little twizzle. In fact, let's go from the top. Let's go from the top. That felt like a proper human chess game. Yeah. Nice and steady. Yeah, lots of no-taking type situations, which we potentially could have done, but I wanted to have a better understanding of my story and try and apply the story in the actual game as best possible based on the experience, because having all the knowledge of mistake to take, or you got to take, it's good to take, or you're improving the pieces or you're not improving the pieces at the right moment, at the right time, it can work wonders for you. Because we didn't want to develop their pieces for them. I just want to see how damaging that thinking really is, or if it was any good. So the knight came down, we brought the queen back. Doesn't like the queen going back, but it's nothing major. They push the pawn, we hit the knight, he goes back, we move the bishop. Is it saying capture? It's saying capture. Capture the c6. And we did say at that point, because this pawn is supporting this pawn, that, well, yeah, it's biting on granite now in a sense, so we could really take it off the board, but we plumped for just going that little bit further. And we did say as well, probably around about this time, we don't want to dance too much, and you can pay the price for dancing too much, and that's basically what it's saying here, dancing too much. Right, okay, and it's saying knight takes c6. It's going to chomp all the way through, taking knight c6, isn't it? And that's really, I think, because of that aspect, you know, it's all covered off now. We're not developing it into a better position. So I can work with that, and I probably would take that off the board if I was in the over the board game based on what we've just done now. Yeah, so I don't want to get caught short with dancing too much. We had a good story there of, yes, we can do it now. Computers kind of confirmed that, yes, take it now. Knight d5. Oh, we found a good move. Good move. Nice one. And small pawn move. It's okay. Nothing too major. There we go. And it's slowly going down to drawish land, but I don't have a problem with it. Knight takes d5. Oh, hold on. It's not how I go, is it? Knight takes d4. It's still not how I go. Knight e3. So it's bringing it back. Yeah, I think we covered all of those options of coming back, and we wanted to just double the rooks. And then it's draw land at this point. Okay, did we maintain the draw, or was it a bit sticky? Let's just slightly better for them. And now it's hitting draw land. Brilliant. Okay, so it was draw land even when they did that, but it's because we got the time to do this. Yay! And c4 was the right move. Yes, so we took the time to find that. Fantastic. Brilliant. Good practice session.